So I've been invited to the Darwin International Laksa Festival and I'm going to be one of the judges. I'm super excited to see how another country celebrates a dish like laksa that comes all the way from this side of the world. Follow me, let's go check it out. We're here in Darwin, Australia. Get ready for an adventure that's wilder than crocodiles and speedos, where the people are friendly, the culture is rich, and the food is, well, let's just say it's not for the faint of heart. But before we get too excited, let's address the elephant in the room. Or should I say crocodile? Because let's be real, guys, in Darwin, crocs are literally everywhere. They're probably even in the bed and breakfast of where you're staying. But don't worry, they're harmless. Well, mostly. Speaking of breakfast, this is our first meal in Darwin, Australia, and we've decided to dive straight into a cafe that serves a good old Australian brunch. Let's go. We were greeted by Hannah.
Hey guys.
She's from the Activate Darwin team within the department of the Chief Minister to experience Australia's famous brunch culture. Avocado toasts, poached eggs, and flat whites are abundant here, and there's a reason as to why it's so damn good. Brunch in Australia is like a symphony of flavors, textures, and not to mention colors. And let's not forget the sweet stuff, from fluffy hotcakes to crispy French toasts. I mean, desserts for breakfast? Well, only in Australia. And boy, do they take their coffee seriously. Like, I mean, very seriously. Baristas here are practically coffee scientists. It's no wonder their coffee is on point. Australians really know how to brunch with style. Whether it's at a cozy cafe or a trendy rooftop bar, brunch in Australia surely is an experience. If you're ever lucky enough to experience it for yourself, just remember to snap a pic for the gram. Next, we meet up with one of the biggest Manchester United and Cristiano Ronaldo fan, Kostas, whom is also from the Activate Darwin team. Now, I'm trying to understand what Australia's perception of laksa is here in the land down under and what makes it different from the ones we have back home in Malaysia, where it originated from. So he's bringing us to meet Jason, the winner of the Darwin International Laksa Festival Golden Bowl in 2020 and the People's Choice Award in 2021. Come one, come all to the spinning wheel of the Laksa Festival. I get to sit down with Jason, who's operated Choc's Place in the Darwin Galleria for the last 13 years. Before his first Laksa Festival win, Jason was making around 20 laksas a day. After winning the Golden Bowl for the best laksa, Choc's Place exploded. I mean, it became so busy, Jason had to start limiting his laksas each day just to keep up with demand. So I hear you're the king of laksa. Sherson. How do you come about making laksa?
We've had the business for going on nearly 29 years now, nearly 30 years. Choc is a guy that my mum actually purchased it from.
Ah, okay.
He's a small Chinese fella.
All right.
Bubbly character. So we took over back in '93. Mum ran it while I was still going to school. For the last 15, 16 years from that time, she's had full control and I grew a passion for food. Coming here after school every day, doing the cleaning, peeling onions, stacking the drink fridge. My love for food just kept on growing. So for the last 14, 15 years, I actually took over the business. Over that time, the laksa has evolved from her experience, from my experience as well, and it's kind of like a fusion cooking now.
Choc's laksa is very similar to our curry laksa back home. The only difference is the condiments. And since he won Best Laksa, Jason started experimenting with laksa-inspired dishes like spring rolls and pies. This has been lovely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, most welcome.
There's a lot of laksas that we're going to be trying, but I think this is definitely the people's choice, you say?
People's choice, and it's won the best hour in the past couple of years ago.
Well deserved.
Thank you.
All right, now that our tummies are happy, and I think I have a pretty good idea of what laksa is in Australia. It's time for some adrenaline-pumping fun, guys, and Darwin's got you covered. We're going jet skiing. So
we're going out jet skiing, and apparently the wharf is full of crocodiles. In Malaysia, all we're used to is like monitor lizards back home, and when we see one, we're like, but yeah, 5-meter crocodiles. Not funny, guys. Not funny.
We're here at 007 Jet Ski Adventures in Darwin, Australia. It's like being James Bond, but without the tux and the gadgets. I mean, a jet ski is way cooler than an Aston Martin, right? The folks at 007 Jet Ski Adventures will give you all the safety gears you will need, including a life jacket. And trust me, you'll need it, especially if you're as clumsy as I am. Falling off a jet ski at high speed isn't fun. Plus, don't forget to watch out for the crocs. They're everywhere, remember? Though I'm not sure how life jackets are going to save you from crocs.
Alrighty, let's get going.
The views are breathtaking. Sun-drenched coastlines, unspoiled beaches, and open blue waters as far as the eyes can see. And the best part is, you decide how fast you want to go. The guides at 007 Adventures are hilarious. They'll crack jokes, share stories, and make sure you're having the time of your life. And if you're lucky, they might even let you do some cool tricks, like jumping waves or doing donuts. Just make sure you don't crash into anyone else, because that would be awkward. So if you're in town and up for some adventure, go check out 007 Jet Ski Adventures. Highly recommended.
See you, darling. You take care.
Now that we're done pretending we're James Bond, it's time to be shaken and stirred.
Alright, so this is Crocosaurus Cove. Basically anything and everything you'd want to know about the famous crocodiles here in Australia. And I've heard that they've got this really insane thing that's called the Cage of Death. And now here am I willingly just going in, getting a ticket to jump in the Cage of Death. I mean,
welcome to Crocosaurus Cove, where we take the term getting up close and personal to a whole new level. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the infamous Cage of Death, the ultimate crocodile encounter.
where someone willingly just walks into a cylinder and a huge ass crocodile is just there and
Here's how it works. You climb into a clear acrylic cylinder, which is then lowered into a pool of hungry crocodiles. And by hungry, I mean it's like they haven't eaten in days, and you're a juicy piece of steak.
how does one not get the chills? You look at the size of the crocodile. It's like, you remember that show in Jurassic Park where it is called the Crocosaurus just came out. Wow! To me it looks exactly the same size. And this is what we're doing. We're just willingly, by our own will, signed away our lives and the responsibility for our lives. Anything would happen if the crocodile would just, wow, it's all on me. We're going in.
If you're planning on staring death right in its face, try this out. I mean, don't worry. You're safe inside the cage, protected by, the thinnest sheet of acrylic known to man. It's like swimming with the sharks, but with a few more teeth and a lot less grace. These are some seriously impressive creatures. They can grow up to 23 feet long, weigh over 2,000 pounds, and snap their jaws shut with a force of over 3,000 pounds per square inch. In other words, don't fuck around. You get to experience the thrill of being within inches of these dinosaurs without the risk of becoming their lunch, like a real-life Jurassic Park. And if you're lucky, the crocodiles might even give you a show. They'll swim around in circles, show off their teeth, and maybe even nibble at the cage.
That was quite an experience. Really just being inside together with a crocodile that size, knowing its power, its magnificence, and it just makes you feel really, really small. And just what's separating you is just that glass. I know it's thick, but still, if the crocodile really wanted to, you kind of think that is this really gonna hold up? You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm glad I did it. Yes! Always wanted to go shark diving or cage diving with a shark. Never had a chance to, but now I can say I've done cage diving with a Crocosaurus.
So there you have it, folks, the cage of death at Crocosaurus Cove in Darwin, Australia. It's like a thrill ride, a science experiment, and a comedy show all rolled into one. And let's be honest, there's nothing quite like facing your fears and coming out alive. We're feeling good, we're feeling alive, and the night is still young. We're hitting town, and let me tell you guys, Darwinites definitely know how to get it going. You've got the wild and crazy party animals, the laid-back surfer types, the hipster, the backpackers, and everything in between. It's like a circus, a carnival, and a rave all packed into one. So if you're ever in Darwin and looking for a good time, just follow the beat of the music and join the party. You won't regret it.
Alright guys, good night. Want to turn off the lights, please?
On the next episode, we go on air, sea, and on land to hunt for some of Darwin's best and trendiest restaurants.